So Annie, it's got
Sweet style spaghetti.
sweet style spaghetti with toasted bread in French bakery. So this is a take on French bakery's Jolly Bee. I've got roasted red wine beef, and my friend, he has chicken with mango salsa. Very, very nice. Look at that, 3 meals. We're here in French bakery. Today, going to be talking about mobile phones. What have I got in my pocket? My mobile phone. So today we're going to talk about mobile phones in the Philippines. Now, I'm going to borrow a friend of mine's mobile phone so you can actually see it. You can't see mine because I'm actually, there we go, this is a mobile phone. Really popular here in the Philippines. Now, some people have asked me about what do they need to do with their mobile phone. Can they come from Europe, and can they come from Philippines, from America, and can they come from Australia, New Zealand, and use their mobile phone here? Yes, you can. You don't need to keep your network back in your country of origin, where you've come from, like ATM and Motorstar or whatever your mobile supplier is. What you can turn around and do is you can come here with your mobile phone. And you can get a SIM card. Now, the SIM cards here are either with Globe or Smart or Dito, and you can take out the SIM card that's been put in your country, as long as your mobile phone is unlocked. Now, if it's locked, which means a provider in your country has put a security lock on your phone, then your phone won't do what it's supposed to do. But if it's unlocked, like mine is, and like Scott's is, you can turn around and put a SIM card in there from one of the telco providers in the Philippines. Now, you can, if you're rich, and a lot of rich people do this, they get a contract. And they'll be paying a monthly payment. And you go to the local shop here, Globe, Smart, Dito, you get them to set you up a contract. You then turn around and get them to put in the SIM card. They'll do it for you. They'll register your phone, because you need to register here now in the Philippines for the last 18 months. You register here in the Philippines, and then you turn around and start with your package. Now, your package could be 10 gigabyte a month. It could be unlimited calls. It could be unlimited texts. It could be a certain amount of gigabyte. It could be data. It could be internet. It could be Wi-Fi. It could be roaming. It could be travel. There are lots of things that you need to turn around and do. But you have to make that decision when you go in to do your contract. Each month you make a payment directly out of your account, and then you turn around and have your contract. But remember, if you're on a tourist visa, you have to wait 6 months before you can get a bank account and get a contract. So what a lot of people turn around and do is they use pay as they go, or pay as you go. And 80% of the Philippine people who live outside the rich category use pay as you go. I use pay as you go. So what I turn around and do is each week I pay 100 pesos to buy load. Now, what I have is I have a SIM card which is with Smart. So I'll go to the office, they take out the little chute in the side of your phone, they put in the new SIM card, they slide it back in, and then they turn around and register your phone for you, and that's free. And then they turn around and say, this is your telephone number. So I've got a telephone number. Then they give you a registration number, and you keep the registration number, and then you give 100 peso. So when I first started, I paid 500 peso to load my SIM card. Now Globe do exactly the same, and DAVAO do exactly the same. And now I keep mentioning these three providers, so you need to understand why, and I'll come to that in a minute. Now, you buy the load, and then what you turn around and do is you go onto your phone and you type in asterisk 123 hash. That will turn around and take you into a selection of different offers and bundles and sets that you can purchase. So I've got 500 pesos on my load on my phone. Now what I do is I go in each week and I buy 8 gigabytes of data and unlimited calls and unlimited texts, and I get that for 7 days. So for 400 peso I can use my phone away from where I live. When I go home with this phone and I go home, I switch off data because I don't want it to be being consumed, and then I connect it to my internet, and then I use my internet to do my browsing and my YouTube and my TikTok and my Instagram and all the other stuff that we all do and we take for granted. I then link my phone to my laptop, and I turn around and do my laptop and my phone together. When I purchase my 8 gigabyte of data for a week, I can then turn around and set my phone up as a hotspot for other people to turn around and attach to my phone. So I can become an independent networker, sitting down outside of the mall. During the day, if I'm in the mall, I can log on to the mall's free network, but I can only do that for 1 to 2 hours. And I can do that in a Breezer, and I can do that in Gmail, and I can do that in Ecoland. But every mall you go to, you can get 1 to 2 hours free. Now, they don't recommend it because it's quite corrupt, and there's a lot of people walking around trying to hack into your systems. But if you're on a budget, do it, but only do it for a short period of time. Download what you want to download, and then switch yourself off. But for 100 peso, I get 7 days worth of data, 8 gigabyte, free text, and free calls. Not international. Now, the other thing that you need to understand is that Smart, Globe, and DAVAO have areas in the Philippines that are stronger than other areas. So in DAVAO, Smart, Globe, and DAVAO are very, very strong. If I was traveling to Siargao, I would have to make sure that my Globe network had priority over the other two networks, because Globe is stronger. It's 85% stronger at Siargao and Northern Mindanao than DAVAO and Smart. Now Smart is stronger in Jensen and Cagayan de Oro than over Globe. DAVAO is weaker in those two cities because it doesn't have a strong enough network. So what you need to understand is when you're coming here, you can use your phone. You just need to put in a local SIM card, plug it in, update it, pay for your roaming, okay, pay for your data, get it registered, keep the registration number, keep the phone number. Now, when you want to fly back to the country you're coming from, you drop out your Smart or Globe or DAVAO SIM card and put in your other SIM card, and your phone will revert back to your prepaid account in the country you've come from, whether that's Vodafone, whether that's 3G, whether that's Movistar, whether that's Motorola, whether that's AT&T, whether that's Verizon, whatever it is, it will just drop in, drop out. Or you can transfer it onto your eSIM, and lots of new phones have eSIMs. So I have one phone, and when I travel back to the UK, I drop out my Philippine SIM, put in my UK SIM, reload it when I get back to the UK by putting load on it, or by buying data or credit back in the UK, and off I go. Very, very clever, some of this stuff. Now, what you need to turn around and do is make sure you keep your registration number, because when you come back to the Philippines and you put in your SIM card, it will ask you for verification on your SIM card, like a password. And you need that SIM card number, that registration number, to put into your phone. If you haven't got it, you have to go back down to the data office of Globe or Smart or DAVAO, and then when you go in and you put in your number, they'll already see that you're registered, and they won't want to give you a second registration number. So it will become very, very difficult for you to turn around and get your sun's in my eyes. Look at that, sun's in my eyes. And it will become very, very difficult for you to turn around and get your phone registered. So remember, keep that registration number. Okay, it's around 20 odd digits long. You can't put it in the head, you have to write it down. Well, I do anyway. So so that's what you can do around with your mobile phone. You don't need to come here and keep your expensive iPhone or your expensive Samsung. You can multitask with them. You can come here and buy a cheaper phone, but then you need to make sure that you're registering that cheaper phone, especially if you're a tourist. But you need to make sure that the offices here, and they will do it for you, Smart and Globe, will turn around and register your phone for you and give you a registration number. Yeah, they will give it to you because they want you to use the facilities. Oh, I think I'm going to have to go because the sun's getting really, really, really bright. I might be going to get a suntan. Look, I've actually got a... Oh, dear me, look at that. I've got a shadow on my mouth. Looks like I've come from some other planet. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, and take care, guys. Look after yourself. Oh, I got rid of the shadow there. Look at that. So, yeah, so mobile phones. You can use your mobile phones in the Philippines. Just understand that you will need to take out your your SIM card from your country you're coming from and replace it with a Smart, a Globe, or a DAVAO. Yeah? Don't buy SIM cards at the airports, guys. Don't do that, please. Just be patient. Be patient. Get to where you're staying. Go down the mall and then turn around and get yourself your SIM card. Every mall has somewhere you can buy a SIM card. Every mall has a bills payment area, whether it's in the supermarket or whether it's actually in the food hall, that you can turn around and ask them to get load. You can get load as a card at 100, 200, 500 or 1,000, or you can turn around and ask them to load your phone electronically to your number. I suggest electronically to your number rather than the card. It's not easy following the information on the card when it's done in micro. It's so small, I can't read it. I get the young ladies here to do it for me. It takes me about 5 or 6 minutes. Today I got 500 peso of load put onto my phone, and all of a sudden they'll send it and you'll get this like, which means your load's arrived, and it will turn around and say phone has been loaded, 500 peso, and it will turn around and say how many days. Remember, you can take 100 peso out of that. It's it's asterisk 123 hash. Go in there. I always put the 8 gigabyte, free messaging, free calls, and it cost me 100 peso for 7 days. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Take care. It's a glorious, glorious Tuesday.